Hey guys, just doing a quick video. I'm going to be making my first ever cider. I decided to keep it as simple as I could for the first one. That way whenever I make a future cider I'll know how any changes I've made have affected the flavour. So I'm just going to use the Pat Max Homebrewing Caps basic cider recipe, which is on the sheet. I'll just swing the camera around and just show you what I've got here. Okay, you might have seen the last video I was looking for 100% pear juice, but this was basically the best compromise. So this is a 100% juice. It's made up of 25% pear juice and 75% apple juice. Made sure there was no added preservatives or anything else, or water. So yep, so I've got two of those. So they're 2 litres, 1 litre each. They're not a bad price, $1.99 per carton. And also on the recipe guide it recommended trying to bring up the sugar content per litre to between 150 and 200 grams. So the juice has got 100 grams per litre already in it of sugar. So I've got another 100 grams here, so by the time I split that between the two, that'll give me 150 grams per litre of sugar. And I was reading online, and a lot of people actually use an ale yeast to make cider. Apparently if you use champagne yeast it can end up tasting quite dry. Somebody who's done a lot of experimentation with making cider actually recommended the Nottingham ale yeast, but this is all I've got at home and I didn't want to make a special trip out just to get some different yeast, so yeah, I'm just going to use a little bit of this US-05. And I am going to use the last 3 of my Pat Max home brewing caps. So I've got 3 750ml bottles here, so that comes to 2.25 litres in total. So that's just gives me enough for the 2 litres of juice, plus a little bit of headspace for fermentation, etc. So yeah, so I'm just waiting for this to these bottles to sterilise, and then I can mix up everything. So I will be back shortly. Okay, I have poured the 2 litres of pear and apple juice into this bowl here, and I've added the 100 grams of sugar, and I've just poured some of the liquid out of there into the hydrometer just so I can get an initial gravity reading, and it's come out at 1060, so I'll use that as my starting point to know, well, once I get my final gravity I'll be able to work out the alcohol content. So that's it there. So the next step is I'll pour the juice equally into the 3 bottles. I will then pitch a small amount of yeast into each bottle. Have to be quite a small amount, I need to work out exactly how much. And then yeah, we'll be ready to go, so I'll be back shortly. I have poured the mixture into the 3 bottles equally. There's plenty of headspace there hopefully for any fermentation that goes on. Now I worked out, well, from the instructions it said I needed 1/8 of a teaspoon of yeast. So luckily I found, well actually I didn't find these, my partner kindly let me use these measuring spoons here. They go from 1/64 of a teaspoon all the way down, and there was an 1/8 of a teaspoon measure, so I measured, where is it, here's the 1/8 one here. So yeah, I measured 1/8 of a teaspoon into each bottle, and that only worked out at about 1 gram in total, which when I think about it, that works out right. So there's 2 litres there. For a normal batch you use 10 or 11 grams, so for 2 litres you should only be using 1 gram. So yep, seemed to work out well. So yeah, let's put the caps on, tighten them up. They'll release any excess pressure, and then the instructions say in 4 to 6 days put them in the fridge, or after 4 to 6 days put them in the fridge to clarify for another day or 2. So what I might do is I might, depending on how the bottles harden up, I might try one in about 4 days, take a gravity reading, then I can work out how much alcohol there is in there. And also if you let it ferment out too dry. Sorry, if you let it ferment too low, apparently you end up with a drier cider, and I actually prefer a sweeter cider. So I think if you can get to about 1008, or maybe a little bit lower, that will give you a sweeter cider. So yeah, so that's the end of my first bash at making simple cider. So thanks for watching that, guys. If you've got any advice, if you think I did something blatantly obviously wrong there, just sing out and let me know. Like I say, this is my first bash, so appreciate any advice you can share. And hopefully in a week's time I can do another video and do a bit of a taste test. Okay, cheers guys, thanks.